Hello, welcome to December. It's been a while. There's lots of reasons for that. I'm not going to get into it now, but I've been really inspired to maybe make another budgeting video. Will the next one come in 2 years? Who knows? But we're here today, and I have my second paycheck of December to go ahead and budget. So I'm going to go ahead and budget that out and walk you guys through how I'm thinking about it. So I've started funding a little bit of January, and I'm just going to go through and start assigning to all the categories. By the way, this is the budgeting software YNAB. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. She's that girl. I don't really know what else to say about that. All right, so I'm actually going to do this by these custom views that I've made. I'm a fan of Ramit Sethi's method for the sole purpose that I think, for me at least, it's helped to make me feel more comfortable with spending. So I'm going to start by actually just assigning to my fixed costs. Those are the costs that I pay every month just to live my life, to have a place to live, to eat, transportation, all of that good stuff. And actually, before I do anything, I'm going to move this $29.90 from holding to ready to assign. All right, so let's go ahead and go through. And the first group, home and utilities, first up is rent. That comes out on the first of every month. And I funded that halfway. I'm going to go ahead and fund the rest of that. That's $33.75. Then I also have other fees that I pay every month to my landlord that are a part of my rent payment. They come out all at once. I pay for a storage unit, a parking garage, and also utilities for the building. So we'll go ahead and fund all of those as well. Then I need to pay for my other utilities like water and electric. Is that right? No, it might be gas and electric. So I usually set aside $300 a month there. It hasn't been that high lately, but who knows? So I'll just keep doing that. Wi-Fi, $30 a month. Nope, it's $60 a month. So actually I need to fill the rest of that up. And then I like to just set aside a little bit of money for renter's insurance every month so that when it's time to pay again and that comes due, I already have what I need there. We also pay for a cleaning service. Basically, both myself and my partner have pretty time-demanding jobs. And so we are not able to keep our apartment as clean as we would like on our own. And so every other week, basically twice a month, we get our home cleaned professionally. So I need to put $142.50 there, and I should be good for January. And then lastly, household goods. I think we spend like an exorbitant amount here, and I'm not really sure why. Yeah, as you can see here, the average that we spend in this category is $703.10, which feels high. You guys can like sound off and let me know down below, like if I'm being ridiculous and that doesn't make any sense. But this is like everything essentially besides food that we get as a household. So think like any toiletries, any cosmetics, not really cosmetics, I guess, but like face wash, toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, all of that stuff. Maybe that's why it's so high. I don't know. You can let me know. And then food and drink. What we've been doing and what's been sustainable and working for us recently is to do a meal kit, and not one of those meal kits where you cook the ingredients. Those are fine. I just don't really enjoy cooking that much to use those, and there's a lot of packaging and some other things I don't really like about it. So we get a meal kit of pre-made meals, and I think that usually comes out to about $200 a week, somewhere around there. So I'm going to add another $500. Is that right? 500 more needed for this month? Yeah, because there are 5 weeks in January. So it'll be $200 each week, and that works for pretty much all of our meals for Monday through Friday. And then groceries, that's anything else that we need for I don't know, snacks, fruits, fruits, veg, what else? Maybe some breakfast items. And then I work remotely. My partner works outside of the home and they have really long days. So sometimes they end up buying food at work. And so this is something that happens. Like, it's pretty consistent. And I didn't like the idea of having this as something that was like a guilt-free spending category. It seems to be a part of our regular necessary spending. Then planes, trains, and automobiles. This is my transportation category. First up, I have my car payment. Let's see how I'm doing there. I'm about halfway through, I think, in paying off the car, which is amazing. My payment is basically $600 each month. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say there. It's a really low interest rate, which is why I'm not in a rush to pay it off right now. Then car insurance. I had an accident sometime between the last time I put a video out on this channel and now, and so that raised my premium for my insurance, hoping it goes down in like 6 to 12 months. But right now I need to set aside $265 a month, unfortunately. So that was my fault. I mean, I caused the crash, so fair. Then I want to set aside a little bit of money each month for taxes, registration, and fees. So I have that when it's time for me to pay property tax. In my state or my area, we pay property taxes for vehicles. So I need to set aside money for when that bill is due. And so it looks like I don't like that not being around numbers. I'm going to actually make this, let's see, how do I feel? For now, I might try 17. We'll see if I need to change that later. And then car cleaning and maintenance. This category had been building up for a little bit, but I ended up getting a flat tire earlier this week and had to get that repaired. So I am glad I had the money set aside there, but I need to build it back up again. And then I also do a seasonal tire swap. I've already funded that with my first paycheck of the month, so nothing else needs to go in there. Then in the health and wellness category, I do Pilates at a local studio. Yes, I know it's ridiculously expensive. This gets me 12 classes a month, and I've really enjoyed going consistently and seeing how much stronger I've gotten. So I'll keep that. Then we have skincare and hair care. I know I said we buy shampoo and conditioner and stuff in our household goods, but I sometimes like to, splurge and get like the fancy shampoo or fancy hair mask. So I set aside money for that in case I want to go above and beyond, like just the basics. I had this continuing ed category here because I signed up for, but didn't complete, unfortunately, a class online for just a subject that I thought I was interested in. Apparently, I am interested in the topic. I wasn't super interested in the course, which is fine. So this will go away for 2025, but I'm leaving it here just to close out 2024 since December was the last time I had a payment here. And then memberships and subscriptions. I think I funded all of these already. It looks like I did. So we are good there. All the fixed costs are covered for the month. Cool. Let's go to savings goals. So this is obviously like post-tax savings, post-paycheck savings. The way that I get paid right now, about an equal amount or maybe a little bit more of my income annually comes in payments that are paid out about twice a year. So this category doesn't necessarily look super high, or like my contributions here maybe don't seem like a large percentage of my income, but I will make sure to take time to like beef some of these up when I do get those payouts. But for now, each month, I like to set aside $125 towards my medical deductible. I actually do have a high deductible plan, and I do have the full amount of that deductible in my emergency fund. But I don't really want to touch that. This is just more so for any doctor's appointments, prescriptions, things like that I expect and need to pay throughout the year. And then trips and experiences, I filled this up maybe last month and have already spent it down by booking out some trips that we plan to take in the next few. So I'm good with this amount right now. If there's anything extra, maybe I'll add it to it. We will see. And then giving, gifting, and gathering, I need to start saving for holiday spending for 2025. I really like to spend money on others and just buy them things that they would never think about buying. I don't know, I get really like giddy and maybe a little bit overly excited about buying gifts and maybe spend a little too much. So I like to give myself enough so that I don't feel pressed. I'm able to do that. So I'm going to set aside 291.67, and I'm just going to make that 292 to round it out. And then I've already contributed, it looks like, to my non-holiday gifts for others, things like birthdays, any other holidays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, treating others, and impact giving. And then emergencies, I have a goal to get this to $45,000, and I should be able to do that by the end of 2025. This is not my only emergency fund. There's others that are already filled for things like deductibles and things like that. But this is basically an income replacement fund, and I do want to meet this by the end of 2025. So this is how much I have here. If I have any left over at the end of funding all of my categories for the month, I will add more there too. And then guilt-free spending. I don't really have a lot to say about the category title. I want to set money aside in these categories. These are the areas that I like to spend money on, apparently, each month. I debated having restaurants and coffee in our fixed costs. However, I know these are things that we would cut immediately in an emergency type situation, or like they're not like truly necessary, although they do make things a lot more convenient when you need to order something to eat. But anywho, I will go ahead and fund those. That will be $350. Drinks I have here, honestly, I don't really need it in this view, so I'm going to edit the guilt-free spending view because we don't buy alcohol that often, and I really have that there primarily for like tracking and reporting purposes. I don't fund it. Okay, and then also this MeEE category, guilt-free spending, I give myself $200 a month for personal spending, and that can go toward any books, just anything I want to buy. Books, hobbies. Lately, I've been getting really into ceramics, so if I want to spend money on clay or supplies or things like that, it will come out of this category. And then it looks like we don't really have very much left over this month, which is okay. I'm fine with that. Fine with where I'm at. So we have $44.73. I think what I will do with that is go back to savings goals, and I will put, can that be 45 though? That's what I really want. So I'm going to I really want that to be $45. I'm going to go back to, let's see, something that I have overfunded. Let's see, where was that? I think here, right? Let's see, let's delete $70. Yeah, so if I just make that 67, then I will go back to savings goals and drop, where is it? I will drop 45 here. And then I have $2.73. This will just go in holding for now. Who knows where it will get tossed throughout the month to cover any spending. Anyway, thanks for watching. This video will probably self-destruct sometime within the next week. Yeah, just don't want to have like all of my personal data out there for a super long time. But I have missed making videos a lot. So anyway, if you did watch this, appreciate it. Thank you. and see you whenever the next video goes up. Have a good one. Bye.